Chapter 5 Adaptations in Plants. Read on. You have learned that plants are living things. You can see plants almost everywhere on the earth, on the land, on the mountains, in the plains, in the deserts, etc., and in water. Plants differ from each other depending on where they grow. The special place where plants grow is called their habitat. The special features that plants have that enable them to survive in their surroundings is called adaptation. It is because of adaptation of their surroundings that plants look different too. Plants can be broadly grouped as terrestrial plants, aquatic plants. Terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants are plants that grow on land. There are different types of terrestrial plants depending on the conditions they grow in. In the hills, it is very cold in the heats. It also snows in some hilly areas. The trees on hills have the following features that enable them to survive in the cold conditions. The trees are tall and straight. The leaves are nail-like and can withstand the cold conditions. The trees have sloping shape that makes rainwater and snow fall off easily. They have cones instead of flowers, hence they are called conifers. The trees have their leaves throughout the year. They are evergreen trees. In deserts, there is a very little water in the deserts and it is very hot and dry. Cactus is a common plant found in the deserts. The roots are sharp far out, just under the surface of the soil, so that they can quickly catch even the smallest amount of water. The leaves of cactus are reduced to spines to prevent water loss. The stem is green and fleshy. Food is prepared in the stem. Of fig. A mesquite bush has roots that go 20 meters down in the soil in search of water. Prickly pear, date plum, and mesquite bush are examples of other desert plants. In the plains, the climate is warm in summers and cold in winters. Plants like maple, ashoka, neem are adapted to survive there in the following ways. The trees have many branches with big and broad leaves. The large surface of the leaves helps to cool the plant by the process of transpiration. Trees set their leaves in winters to protect themselves from the extreme cold. Such trees are called deciduous trees. New leaves grow in springs. Life skills. Be eco-friendly. Adopt a plant in your neighborhood. Water it and protect it. In marshy places. In marshy areas, the soil is sticky and clayey. Water cannot drain away, hence it collected in the soil. Trees that grow in marshy areas are called mangroves. The roots grow above the soil as they do not get air in the water-logged soil. Such roots are called breathing roots. Caroube and Candelia are examples of plants that grow in marshy areas. In hot and damp areas, plants like teak, rubber, coconut, tamarind tea, coffee and pepper grow in hot and damp areas. The plants here are evergreen. They do not shed their leaves in winters. Aquatic plants. Aquatic plants are plants that grow in water. You must have observed that some aquatic plants float on water while some are completely underwater. Aquatic plants are of three types as explained below. First, floating plants. These are plants like duckweed, water lettuce and water hyacinth that float on the surface of the water because they are either light or small in size. These plants are not fixed to the soil in the waterbed. They have spongy bodies with lots of empty space filled with air. This makes the plants light enough to float. Second, fixed plants. These are plants like lotus and water lily that are rooted to the waterbed of the pond. The leaves are broad, plate-like and float over the surface of water. The leaves have a waxy coating that prevents water from collecting on them, thus preventing them from rooting. Stomata is present on the upper surface of the leaf to help in the exchange of gases. The stems are hollow and light that enable the leaves to float. The leaves are broad, which becomes a nesting place for the tiny birds. Third, underwater or submerged plants. These are plants like hydrilla and tapgrass that remain underwater. Their roots fix them in the muddy soil. The leaves are narrow and thin with no stomata. Exchange of gases takes place through the body's surface. The stems are flexible as they can be bent with flowing water. These plants clean the water by removing carbon dioxide breathed out by aquatic animals. They use carbon dioxide dissolved in water for photosynthesis and release oxygen into the water, which aquatic animals use. Quick recall: plants are found nearly everywhere on the earth. Particular place in which a plant lives is called its habitat. Plants develop special features that help them to survive in their habitats. Plants can be grouped as terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial plants are found in hills, plains, marshy areas, deserts, and wet and damp places. Aquatic plants are found in water. They are grouped as floating, fixed, and underwater plants. New words: habitat, the natural surrounding in which plants lives. Adaptation, the specific features in a plant's body that allow it to survive in its habitat. Aquatic plants, plants that live in water. Terrestrial plants, plants that grow on land. Evergreen plants, plants that do not shed all their leaves together. Deciduous plants, plants that shed all their leaves in winter.